Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is John J Gaming on the mic here, coming at you with a little bit of an update in that NCAA/EA college football community. And we got some good ones here, man. Some online dynasties starting to form, and stuff of legends possibly being made in the making. So hopefully you guys are excited for this little update. If you are, make sure you go ahead, smack that like button, hit that subscribe button as well if you do happen to be brand new to the channel. And with that being said, let's go ahead and jump right into this, right? Because it's been a little bit of a while since the last time I've talked about this particular online dynasty. Remember when we were talking about how we were going to create that all-user dynasty? A dynasty filled with more than just that typical 32, that we're going to build a 134 team all-user dynasty? Well, that's officially here, man. It's officially almost here, man. We got 134 people plus that are interested in this dynasty, and so it's gonna be absolutely amazing to see all of that unfold. Now, with that being said, I just wanted to go ahead and talk to you guys about some of the notable things about this 134 team dynasty presented by the boys over at Gridiron Dogs. Now, if you want to follow Gridiron Dogs over on their social media accounts, I will make sure you have that link down in the make sure that's linked down in that pinned comment section for you. So first things first, now I'm sure this is a thing in quite a few online leagues that are already being planned for EA college football, but there is going to be multiple consoles that you can join this league from. So there is a PS5 wing of EA college football, and then I believe there's also an Xbox Series X. I don't know if that's like the actual PS5 equivalent. I've talked about this multiple times. It's not too terribly relevant, but basically the PS5 version for Xbox is also going to be on there as well. So there's a PlayStation version and there's an Xbox version of this online dynasty that you can join, because I know, like, some of you guys out there, you can't afford both of these systems. I know it's 2024. I know things can be rough out here at times, so maybe you can't afford multiple versions of the current generation consoles, and that's okay, because what we've seen with some leagues is that, okay, it's either just a PS5 or it's just an Xbox league, and if you just have the opposite console, you're out of luck. That's not going to happen here. There's a PlayStation version and there's an Xbox version of this online league. Now, what things get really interesting, and I might have hinted at this in a community tab post in as well back in the past, is that not only is there a PlayStation and an Xbox league, but there's also a preseason tournament in there as well. And in that preseason tournament, it has massive implications. Now, while the final brackets are still being worked out, just trying to figure out what those final numbers are going to be, whether it is we're going to have a certain number of people on PlayStation, certain people on that Xbox side of things, there's going to be a preseason tournament. And the biggest thing about that preseason tournament is not only is it going to be a good opportunity to get used to EA college football and that online level of gameplay, but it also provides the opportunity to see where does everybody stack in that early portion of the game cycle in that month of July. And depending on how one performs in those online leagues determines where you end up. And if you're catching on to what I'm about to say, yes, relegation and promotion is gonna be a thing in this online league. So right now, as of what the current numbers stand, PlayStation is looking at about 80 members, while the Xbox side is not as big, but you're still looking at about 50 to 55 people on the Xbox side. So for PlayStation, for example, you're going to have 3 leagues. There's going to be a top tier league, which has the best PS5 users from the preseason tournament. You got that mid tier, which is, teams that do okay in that preseason tournament. And then of course you have the bottom tier, who are your worst PlayStation users from that tournament. And it's a similar concept on the other side for Xbox, where you will have the opportunity to be either in that upper division or in that lower division, again based on how things turn out in that preseason tournament. And it's just a good way, to get everybody accustomed to EA college football, and it's a good experience, good exposure for some of the handful of creators that are in this sim league alongside me. Now, that being said, just because you end up in a certain league does not mean you get to stay there forever, because with that being said, you gotta either play well enough to get promoted, or if you play terrible enough, you can even be relegated. And I believe it's gonna happen at least every season. So there's a lot of movements that's gonna happen. So just because you end up and start at the very bottom, you don't have to be at that very bottom forever. If you work your way up and able to make something shake, then by all means, should absolutely go for it. One other thing that I do want to note for the time being is, while the certain other rules are still being worked out, it is essentially going to be simulation based. So it is one of those sim leagues, one of those online leagues where there's not going to be a lot of room to cheese, right? So it's not like, well, for example, if this was taking place in like NCAA 14, for example, you can't do like the immediate like roll out to the right unless the play happens to call for like a roll out to the right, or if there's pressure and you're trying to get away from that pressure, right? Like, it can't be like that obvious. So while that's still being worked out, I'm so excited to be able to bring this to your direction very soon. We are going to be kicking this off next month. I am going to go ahead and put some of the notable dates that are going to be happening for this particular online dynasty on your screen now. Again, if you guys are interested, because yes, almost all of the teams, if not all of the teams, have already been taken, you can be waitlisted and you can jump in and take a team at any given time if an opening does pop up, or if you simply just want to follow along with the league. Definitely make sure to check out some of their socials. I'll make sure to have it down in a pinned comment down below. So excited to bring this your way, so excited for EA college football to come out, and I hope you guys feel the exact same way as well. But with that being said, this is John J Gaming on the mic, signing off for now. But hoping you guys are all out there having a good one. Take care, everybody.